All right, well, let's talk about what happened yesterday with Trump. Trump won the Iowa caucus, and I'm not a big political person, so I'm not going to use political jargon. And I'm just not a political person, but I know that this is a trendy topic with Trump. Not only did Trump win the Iowa caucus, he's running for president, but the banger that I want to talk about is Vivek. Vivek showed up out of nowhere during Trump's speech and basically is going to endorse Trump. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, those two are a powerhouse, no doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, these guys are a force to be reckoned with. I mean, those two guys together, I don't think I've ever put them two together before. Or maybe I have, but it just wasn't a big thing until it is now. You know, there's lots of prophecy that's been going even before 2016 that Trump was going to win 2 terms. Not consecutive terms. A lot of people thought it was going to be consecutive terms, and obviously it wasn't. But it's going to be 2 terms. And I think, and I believe without a shadow of a doubt that this is going to be the term that he wins again. Thank God, thank you, Jesus, because we definitely need a change in this country. This country is divided. It's divided. You see it. I don't have to explain it. It has nothing to do with what am I trying to say? It really doesn't have to do a lot with politics, but it does. It's deeper than this. It's a spiritual battle. And it all started during the whole COVID era. I remember when we went into that lockdown, there was just I don't know if you guys can relate to this or even agree to this, but there was like an atmosphere change in the spirit realm. It seemed like almost like a darkness just fell over the earth. And not just because of what was going around with the COVID and all that, but even people's character changed. And we saw that when we went to stores, when we went shopping. People were uneased. People's character changed for the worse. People were in fear. People were freaking out. So it was just a weird dynamic during that time. And it spilled over. It's been spilling over the years till now. Now, do I put my trust in whoever's in government? No, of course not. I will never do that. I will never put my trust in the government. Absolutely not. Do I put my trust in someone? Yes. That someone is Jesus. Jesus Christ. I put my trust in him. It says in the Bible too, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. And in all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. So I stood by that verse, not only through this era, but even prior to this. I've always stood by that because what's going on in our world, in our government, in our country, a lot of times we can't understand why this is happening. A lot of times we make irrational judgments on what's happening in our country, right? Like, for instance, here in Texas, we just had a very cold spell, and it wasn't going to be a really big, crazy winter like we had a couple of years ago. But as soon as we heard that we're going to be in the teens, everybody went to the stores and basically emptied out all the shelves. Now, we didn't. We knew it was going to be bad. We did have a freezing, but it was less than 24 hours, I think, give or take. But anytime fear is thrown into the equation, whether it's personally, maybe a fear of they're going to repossess your car, repossess your home, or a fear of my spouse is going to divorce me, or, a pandemic, epidemic. People start to freak out. People start to try to analyze too much instead of putting your trust in God. Now, I'm not saying don't prepare. I'm not saying don't go and get some water, get some food if you know that you're going to have a couple of days, maybe without electricity, without water. Fine. But the way people went out was in panic mode and cleared out the whole shelves. There was no meat. There was no non-perishable goods. And, that's the motivator, which I always tell everybody. Fear is the motivator of, if you want to get people controlled, if you want to manipulate somebody's mind, fear is the way it's done. Narcissists do this all the time. They use their charm. They're very good at speaking. A lot of these narcissists are probably salesmen, car salesmen, but they use that tactic of fear, and they'll use it against their kids. They don't care. Somebody who has that spirit of narcissism, and narcissism it's a demonic spirit, whether you believe me or not. And I know one in particular, and I'm not gonna, but a lot of times they're just bitter people. They think they're right all the time. It doesn't matter. Even if you call them out on their BS, they get mad, and they just don't even know what to do with themselves. They're just bitter people. We know that. They may not know that. But if you're that type of person, we know that you're a bitter person. But Trump and Vivek, to go back to that, like I mentioned, these guys are... Now, they didn't mention that Vivek would be VP vice president. But how awesome would that be if that was it, if that was true? Vivek dropped out of the race. Smart choice. And I don't know, I have a feeling that Trump has a position for him. Could it be vice president? I'm leaning more towards yes. I could just, and they haven't announced it. I think they're going to wait till, give it a couple of more weeks, maybe less than a month. I think they will announce that Vivek would be vice president. If that happens, are things going to change for the best, guys? I mean for the best for this country. It's time that us people are put first. We got to be first before any other country, right? What's that saying? How can you help somebody else when you can't help yourself? And that's the position that we are in the United States right now. The leader that we have now, it's been it's been rough. And I'm trying to be nice, guys. I'm not a political person by any means, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's been going on in our country with government, the news. The news is very biased. We're divided. And it's not because we the people, it's because corporate media, like I said, they're the narcissist. They're using fear. They're using racism, which is ridiculous, to divide us. I don't know. I think something awesome is going to happen 2024. Are they going to try to come against Trump and Vivek? Absolutely. You already know the game plan of the enemy. The enemy wants to come against the good. This is going to be a crazy year. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes peeled out for Trump and Vivek. I think they're going to run as a team because I don't see anybody else. Like I said, I'm not big on politics. I don't know who's out there that would fit the VP position. Vivek has been grinding since day one. Vivek cannot be paid off. He's a billionaire, I believe. And I suppose he has his own money, so he doesn't have to be bought by these lobbyists to push their laws. Vivek definitely is up there with Trump. Like they almost coincide with each other in the things that they believe in. Which, man, these two guys together, they're definitely gonna give the enemy a run. I'm telling you, this is gonna be great. And guys, stop listening to the media. Stop listening to. Since day one, they've been saying Trump is racist, yada yada, this and that. Trump is, come on, man, bruh. We gotta really dig deep. It's funny because before Trump ran for president, the media loved Trump, right? Hollywood gave Trump shows, videos, or put him up there on a pedestal. Rappers rapped about him. Everybody wanted to be Trump. As soon as he said he was going to be president and run as a Republican, things changed. Things changed. Why? The devil doesn't like values. The devil doesn't like family values. The devil doesn't like morals. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to ask all of y'all to keep this country in prayer. Because Lord have mercy. We need mercy. We need goodness. We need Jesus. This country needs Jesus. And I hope you recognize what's really going on in our country. Yeah, it's political, but it's more spiritual than anything. It's time that we get on our knees, pray, and ask God to protect our people. Remember, we can't help others. We want to help others, but we can't help others unless we help ourselves. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Peace out.